Almost over.
It is the weekend to kick off training camp, not only at other places around the country. I know the Jets are kind of like big because they got this Tebow guy there. And out in Denver, they got this other guy who used to play for the Colts. But
Peyton something.
Yeah. But we got plenty going on here.
Yeah, and there's plenty of changes to the team, too. And Sean's going to have some help here breaking down the team this year. Sean, who's with you?
That's right. They don't get much smarter and more handsome than Stephen Holder from the Tampa Bay Times. Look at this face. Look at this guy.
Yeah.
Instead, I haven't seen you since the Super Bowl a couple years ago.
And ironically, we're seeing each other again in a football environment.
It's
How about
nice.
that? Rather
That's
than
probably best for us. Yeah, it's probably best for us. All right, let's start off real basic. Realistic expectations for this Bucs team.
Well, I don't think they'll be 4-12 like last year, so that's good. But I think we really are still learning this team, and they're still learning each other. This is a team that's going to be very, very different from last season.
Right.
We know about the big free agents they signed, like the Vincent Jacksons, but really the overhaul goes a lot deeper than that. So I think really what we're trying to do is, and what these coaches are trying to do, is learn this football team, who does what well, and that's really when we'll start to learn what kind of team they'll be. I think they'll be improved, and they have a chance to really compete this year, but they're in a very, very tough division in the NFC South.
Now, with so many different variables, some surprises, new players, isn't it always possible, and I'm being optimistic here, that this is the kind of team that every year we see it in the NFL? In all sports leagues, there's a surprise team. Do they kind of have that makeup a bit?
They do, because they have a quarterback. We know what Josh Freeman struggled last season, but I think if Josh Freeman has a bounce-back season, it's all about the quarterback in this league. So they're one of those teams that can make a quick sort of pivot off of last season. I think that could happen. And then you've surrounded him now with a very good offensive line, a guy like Vincent Jackson. You've got a couple weapons on defense as well. So I think, look, the foundation is there. We saw this team start 4-2 last season, so it's not a team that's devoid of talent, So I would not be surprised if this is a team that sort of comes out of nowhere and surprises people, because the predictions have not been friendly for them right now. I've seen a couple 3-13 predictions.
Oh, really? I haven't seen those. All right, real quick, I'm a Syracuse guy, love Mike Williams, off your last year. What do you think?
Well, I think this is a good situation for him. He's not going to have to be the #1 receiver like he has been the past couple of years. He's going to be the #2 receiver. Yes. And I think that got to him last year, and I think that was a factor in some of the drop balls that he had last year. So, it's very tough for a young guy to come in and do what he's had to do the last couple of years. I think Vincent Jackson is going to be a great addition for Mike Williams. He doesn't have to go up against the #1 defensive back anymore, so he's in a good situation. I think he could have a good year.
All right, there you go. Stephen Holder, look at that face. A smart man right there. Read him in the Tampa Bay Times. Hey, guys, it's really a nice day out here. We got a little bit of cloud cover, a little bit of threatening clouds, but it's really nice. It's cooler. Tomorrow, same thing. Come out to training camp again. You don't need a ticket. Just show up, and they got all sorts of snacks and stands and fans and cheerleaders. Let's go, Bucs. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
What more could you want?
Let's say 10-6.
It's free.
10-6.
10-6, says Sean.
Wow, that's
a lot better than 3-13. Yeah, that is a bold
playoffs,
prediction.
baby.
Ever the optimist. I like that.
Thanks, Sean. When we come back, where you can get free school supplies, also health checkups.
Yeah, plus details on 2 huge music events happening on both sides of the bay.
And what your weather is going to be like for all the stuff you're trying to get done this weekend. Stick with us.
Have something you want investigated?